Okay, can you hear me now? Thank you so much for that. Okay, can you hear me? If you can hear me, please just write and let me know that you can hear me. Okay. I'd like somebody to write if they can hear me now. Thank you, Mrs. Chinwe and Nanaba, for that correction. Thank you so much for drawing my attention to that. I actually didn't fix my earpiece, that was why. Okay. So, but if you can hear me now, I would like to know, please, before I continue. And meanwhile, let's get, to invite our friends to come. Let's get more people to come join us. Let's get more people to come join us before we continue. So let's see if somebody can hear me. If you can hear me, please write that you can hear me. Otherwise, I will have to start again. Christy Israel, you're welcome on the platform. I'm glad to have you. Oh, thank you, Christy Israel. You can hear me loud and clear. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, once again, since you didn't hear me, I'm going to start all over again. But now you can hear me, so I'm going to start all over again. Coffee Power, you're welcome on the platform. And every other person who has joined, I want to welcome you to my platform. And I want to plead with you to help me share the link and invite more people to come. Just copy the link and then you can inbox it to your friends, or you could share it publicly so that they will come and join us today, because today's topic is a very important one. I was talking about what I started to talk about last week and the week before. We started talking about potentials, and I said that everybody has been blessed, has been given potentials and unique abilities to help them fulfill their purpose on the face of the earth, and that there is no one person on the face of the earth who is without potentials, who is without abilities, and who is without capacities. Okay, and I said that the reason why most people do not fulfill their potentials, the reason why people do not maximize their potentials, is because most times people don't believe in themselves. They don't believe what they are capable of doing. They don't even believe that they have potentials. And some other people don't even get to discover, that they have potentials. A few others do, and yet still do not believe in those potentials. Okay? And then I said today we are looking at another topic, and that topic is titled Why You Must Get Out of Your Comfort Zone. Why you must get out of your comfort zone. Dr. Success Olayemi, you're welcome on the platform. Linus Joshua, you're welcome on the platform. I'm glad to have you. Please, as you're coming in, just help me share the link and invite more people to come join us, because I believe that they will benefit from today's class, today's teaching. So, why you must get out of your comfort zone. Why you must get out of your comfort zone. Now, what is comfort zone? What does it mean, comfort zone? It's simple, it's English. Comfort and zone. So, my comfort zone is that zone where I find comfort. My comfort zone is that place where I'm at ease, where there is no stress at all. My comfort zone is that place where there are no struggles. My comfort zone is that place where I feel at home. I feel fulfilled. I feel, like this is all there is. That is my comfort zone. So my comfort zone is my place of comfort. My comfort zone is my place of ease, where it is easy, where I don't have to struggle, where I don't have to do so much, where I don't have to stretch myself. So my comfort zone is where I find comfort. Now, but I'm coming today to tell you why you must get out of your comfort zone. Now, if my comfort zone is where I'm comfortable, why should I tell you to get out of your comfort zone? If your comfort zone is where it is easy, why should anybody ever tell you to get out of that comfort zone? Now, I'm going to tell you today why you must get out of your comfort zone, even though your comfort zone is comfortable. I'm going to show you that comfort zone, as comfortable as it is a limitation. Now, that's the first thing you need to know today. That your comfort zone, even though it is comfortable, is a limitation. Now, how can it be comfortable and at the same time be a limitation? That is why I'm here tonight, to tell you that as good as comfort zones are, as comfortable as they are a limitation to what you could actually become in life. Your comfort zone is a hindrance to fulfilling that which you have been born to fulfill. I want to say that again. That your comfort zone is a hindrance to fulfilling that which you have been born to fulfill. And your comfort zone is a limitation to getting to your destination. Now, one thing you need to know about comfort zones is that most people think that their comfort zone is actually their destination. They think they've arrived, and they think that this is all there is to life. They think that this is all there is to success. And so let me just remain here since I'm comfortable. But I'm saying today that the first thing you must know about comfort zones, even though it is comfortable, is that comfort zone is a limitation. Comfort zone is a hindrance. Comfort zone is an enemy. Comfort zone is a destiny killer. Comfort zone will prevent you from becoming that which you were born to become. Comfort zone will prevent you from fulfilling and from maximizing your potentials. So, is comfort zone comfortable? Yes. But at the same time, comfort zone could be your greatest enemy. Now let me ask you a question. Just look at the world today. We have two categories of people in the world. We have those who call the great and those who are mediocre. We have the rich and we have the poor. We have the celebrities and we have the non-entities. Now, this group of people exists in the same world and in every nation of the world. Now, but I said earlier on that every human being on the face of the earth has been given the potential for excellence. Everybody has the potential for greatness. But how come we have some people who are great, who are successful, and then we have others who are failures, who are living in mediocrity? How come we have some who are rich and we have others who are poor? Among other reasons why that is so is the fact that most people who have not gotten to the point of excellence in life, most people who are living in mediocrity, are living in mediocrity simply because of comfort zones. I want to say that again. Most people who are living in mediocrity are living in mediocrity simply because of comfort zones. They are just comfortable where they are. They are just satisfied with the level they are. And because of that, they are not pushing forward. They are not pressing forward. They are not stretching themselves. Why? Because they love comfort. But today, I'm going to tell you why you must get out of your comfort zone. Now, the first thing I'm going to tell you why you must get out of your comfort zone is because your life, actually, your real life, the kind of life that you have the ability for, the kind of life that you have the potential for, is actually outside your comfort zone. I want to say that again. What you are capable of becoming, what you have potential for, what you are gifted for, the kind of life that that you are supposed to be living is actually outside of your comfort zone. So the first reason why you must get out of your comfort zone is because your comfort zone is not your real life. Your comfort zone is not your destination. There is a better life outside your comfort zone. There is excellence outside your comfort zone. There are opportunities outside your comfort zone. So, if you don't get out of your comfort zone, you will never get to live the life that you would have been able to live. If you don't get out of your comfort zone, you will never be able to achieve that which you have the potential to achieve. Now, if you look at the world today and then just talk to people, ask people, why they are not successful, why they have not gotten to, the peak of their career, or why they have not, fulfilled their purpose, most people will begin to give you certain reasons why they are not fulfilling their purpose, or why they are not excelling in life and in their career. And they will bring a lot of things. They will say things like, some enemies are after them. They will say things like, I'm poor, my parents are not wealthy, I'm an African, I'm dark skinned, a lot of excuses, a lot of blames, people will give for not having achieved their goal. But nobody will actually come and tell you that it is because I'm settled in my comfort zone. That is why I have not gotten to where I actually am supposed to get to. Nobody will tell you that it is because they are in their comfort zone. But I'm saying today that the reason why most people are where they are is because of comfort zone. And comfort zone is comfortable. Comfort zone gives you an impression that, oh, I'm okay here, I'm doing fine here. Why should I go further? But I'm saying that the reason why you must leave your comfort zone is because your comfort zone is a limitation to your actual life. Your comfort zone is a limitation to the real life that you should be living. It doesn't matter how far you've gone. I'm saying to you today that outside that your comfort zone, outside that level where you are, there is a higher level, and that you have the potential to get to that level. But until you get out of your comfort zone, you will never get there. Because you will look at yourself and say, okay, but I'm doing fine. Why should I stress myself? Why should I work harder? Why should I, struggle to move to the next level? But I'm saying today that if you do not get out of your comfort zone, you will definitely not live the life that you should have been living. So what am I saying in essence? I'm saying that there is a life outside of your comfort zone. There is a life outside of your comfort zone. And that life, believe me, is far better than the one you are living now. Because in that life, there are great opportunities. In that life, there is excellence, there is success. Everything you are looking for is actually outside of your comfort zone. That is why you must not remain in your comfort zone. It doesn't matter how good you think your comfort zone is. If you don't press forward to get out of that comfort zone, you will miss all the opportunities that are outside of that comfort zone. Now, I want to give you a quotation by Neil Donald Walsh. Look at what he said. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. I want to say that again. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Now, that is a striking statement. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. In other words, it doesn't matter what your comfort zone is like. It doesn't matter how comfortable your comfort zone is. It doesn't matter how easy things are. You know, how relaxed you are in your comfort zone, how satisfied, how fulfilled you are in your comfort zone. This quotation is saying that life begins outside of that your comfort zone. In other words, no matter how good your comfort zone is, your real life is outside of it. Your real life is just outside the gates of your comfort zone. If you could just step out, if you could walk through the doors of your comfort zone and get out of that comfort zone, then your life will begin. Now, if this quotation is anything to go by, then we can say that over 90% of people on the face of the earth have not started living yet. They've not started living. Why? Because they are still in their comfort zones. And until you leave your comfort zone, life has not started for you. You may just be existing, but you are not living. You may just be numbered among, people who are on the face of the earth. But for you to actually start living, for life to actually begin for you, you must walk out of the doors. You must walk through the doors of your comfort zone and walk into your destiny. Walk into your future. Walk into your purpose. And you can't do that remaining in your comfort zone. So that is the first thing you need to know. That life actually begins outside of your comfort zones. Now, that is to tell me that if I'm living a life of average, if I'm living in mediocrity, if I can't fulfill my purpose, if I'm not maximizing my potentials, I don't have to blame anybody for it. I don't have to blame the government. I don't have to blame my parents. I don't have to, blame witches and wizards. I don't even have to blame God for it. All I need to do is to make a decision to get out of my comfort zone. So people are living in mediocrity, in poverty, simply because they have refused to walk out of their comfort zone. And why is it that it is difficult for people to leave their comfort zone? People don't want to leave their comfort zone because it is comfortable. Because people don't want to go through stress. People don't want to put in the extra energy, the extra work hours, the extra efforts. People do not like stress. They like it comfortable. And because they like it comfortable, they like it easy, they remain in their comfort zone. You will never know what you would have achieved. You will never know how much you can achieve. You will never know how far you can go in life if you don't get out of your comfort zone. Now, in your career, you can get out of your comfort zone. In your ministry, you can get out of your comfort zone. In your purpose, you can get out of your comfort zone. There is always life outside of your comfort zone. There is always a better life. There are always opportunities outside of your comfort zone. There is always something that is better than now. There is always a higher level of excellence, far greater than what you think you are enjoying now. And if you understand that, then you will never settle for your comfort zone. You will never remain in your comfort zone. So because people do not like stress, do not like struggles, they don't get out of their comfort zone. And the danger of that is most people spend their entire life in their comfort zones. They die in their comfort zones with all of their potentials, all of their gifts and abilities. They die in their comfort zones with unused abilities, with unfulfilled potentials, with unfulfilled purpose, just because they are comfortable in their comfort zones. Now, I don't want you to, just remain in your comfort zone. I don't want you to, live your life in such a way that after you leave this earth, there will be no record that you lived. There will be nothing to show that you lived. There will be no products to show that you existed. And people who live in their comfort zone actually end up like that because they don't push further. They don't achieve anything. And why don't they achieve anything? Because they are just comfortable in their comfort zones. But that will not be your case. That is why I'm telling you today that if there is anything that you are doing, if there is anything you've ever achieved in life, don't ever be comfortable there. Don't ever feel that, oh, it's okay, I'm okay here. No. There is a better life ahead. There are unused potential that you haven't used yet. And until you get out of your comfort zones, you will not use those potentials. You will not express those potentials. You will possibly die, with those potentials unfulfilled and unused. That is why you must get out of your comfort zones. So the first reason why you must get out of your comfort zone is that there is a better life outside of your comfort zone. There is excellence outside of your comfort zone. There are opportunities outside of your comfort zone. And until you step out of your comfort zone, you will never discover those opportunities. You will never achieve that excellence. You will live a life of mediocrity and you will become a non-entity. Nobody will get to know you. You will make no impact. You will never fulfill your purpose if you remain in your comfort zone. So the first thing I have said today is that comfort zone is an enemy to greatness. Comfort zone is an enemy to progress. Comfort zone, is a hindrance, is a limitation to success in life. Comfort zone is a roadblock to achieving that which you have the ability to achieve. And until you get out of that comfort zone, you will never achieve what you are capable of achieving. You will never fulfill your purpose. You will never leave a legacy behind. You will never make an impact in the world. You will just be a mediocre and you will just be a non-entity. But I know that you will not remain in your comfort zone. That is why I'm coming to charge you today that you get out of your comfort zone. Put in the extra energy that is needed. Put in the extra hard work that is needed, and you will get out of your comfort zone, because your life actually begins outside of your comfort zone. Now, why is it that people don't like leaving their comfort zone? One reason why people don't leave their comfort zone is because of the hatred for hard work. People detest hard work. People, just love laziness. People just want to be lazy. People don't want to work hard. They think that hard work is a curse. They think that hard work is a negative thing. And because they don't want to work hard, they just want to remain in their comfort zone. And people live all their lives in their comfort zone and die with all their potentials simply because they hate hard work. They don't want to sweat it out. They don't want to put in the extra energy. But until you put in the extra energy, you will never get out of your comfort zone. Until you put in the extra hours, the extra effort, you will never get out of your comfort zone. And if you don't get out of your comfort zone, you will never fulfill your purpose. You will never achieve, that which you were born to achieve. So that's the second reason why people do not get out of their comfort zone, because they hate hard work. They hate hard work. And can I tell you the truth? No man has ever gotten to the top without hard work. No man has ever gotten to the top without putting in the extra effort. And if you must get to the top in life, if you must achieve excellence in life, you must fall in love with hard work. Why? Because it doesn't matter how many dreams you have. It doesn't matter how many visions and plans you have. Until you work hard, until you get out of your comfort zone through hard work, those dreams and those visions will never come to fulfillment. They will never become reality. Why? Because a dream does not become reality through magic. It takes hard work, it takes determination, and it takes perseverance for dreams to become realities. But most people hate that hard work. They hate to persevere. They don't have that determination. Yet, they have a lot of dreams and they have a lot of visions. But I'm saying today that it doesn't matter how many visions and dreams and plans that you have. It doesn't matter how great your purpose is. Even if God revealed your purpose to you that it is so great, until you put in the hard work, you will remain in your comfort zone. And that dream will never be achieved. That purpose will never be fulfilled. So that is the second reason why people do not want to get out of their comfort zone, because they hate hard work. And I just told you now that all the opportunities you are looking for in life, they are outside of your comfort zone. But do you know that most people miss opportunities because those opportunities are dressed up in the form of hard work? Because opportunities are in disguise in the form of hard work. And because people who are comfortable in their comfort zones hate hard work, they see those opportunities, but they never get to know that this thing is an opportunity. Why? Because written outside of that opportunity is hard work. Written outside of your comfort zone is hard work. Sweat, perseverance is written outside of your comfort zone. And it is that outside of your comfort zone that is where opportunities lie. But until you are able to recognize that without hard work, there are no opportunities. Without hard work, there is no excellence. Without hard work, there is no success in life. And most people die with their potentials, with their dreams and their purpose unfulfilled, simply because they hate hard work. And because they hate hard work, they never get out of their comfort zones. But I'm begging you today that there is so much on your inside. You have too much potentials to remain in your comfort zones. You have so much on your inside to give to the world to be comfortable in your comfort zone. You will be wasting your potentials. You will be depriving the world of the blessing that you would have become to the world if you don't get out of your comfort zone. That is why I came to tell you today that the second reason why you must get out of your comfort zone is because if you do not get out of your comfort zone, you deprive the world of the contribution you would have added to the world. If you don't get out of your comfort zone, you deprive the earth your contribution. Because the reason why people do not leave a legacy behind, the reason why people do not become, a blessing to their world, the reason why people do not impact their world is because they actually don't get out of their comfort zone. And if you don't get out of your comfort zone, all the potential and all the gifts and all the solutions that you would have brought to this earth will remain with you and you will die with it. And so you end up depriving the world of your contributions. So I'm saying to you today, stretch yourself outside of your comfort zone. Because when you go outside of your comfort zone, your real life begins. That is where potentials are maximized. That is where purpose is fulfilled. That is where abilities are used. So if you do not get outside of your comfort zone, you will remain there while the whole world is crying out, waiting for you to bring solution to that problem that you were created to solve. But if you don't leave your comfort zone, that problem will linger on. And people will die out of that problem when you have the solution. But because of the love for comfort, you never stepped out of your comfort zone. So what am I saying today to every one of you? I'm saying that it is time to step out of your comfort zone. The world is waiting for you. The problems of the world are waiting for you to come and, bring the solution to the problems. Everybody is waiting for you because God has put potentials on your inside. You have the solution to what the world is looking for. In your field, you have the solution. In your career, you have the solution. In ministry, you have the solution. Whatsoever it is you have been born to do, you are carrying the solution. And until you stretch yourself and get out of your comfort zone, you will never be able to give that solution to the world. That is why I'm begging you today not to be comfortable with your comfort zone. That is why I'm begging you today not to be satisfied with average. Now listen to me. One reason why people do not want to get out of their comfort zone is because they are just satisfied with average. They are satisfied with mediocrity. I mean, they look around and they see every other person around them doing far below what they are doing. Even though what they are doing is still average. And so they begin to look at, their colleagues and the people around. So, okay, but I'm doing better than this guy. I'm doing better than this guy. And because of that, they remain at a level of average. And they feel satisfied with average. Oh, but at least I'm doing something. No. Listen to me. Average is an enemy to excellence. Average is an enemy to excellence. I told you before that there is always a higher, level. There is always something better. There is always a higher step you can climb. Don't ever be comfortable with average, because average is an enemy to excellence. Good is an enemy to best. Listen to me. You can live your best life. You can fulfill your purpose to the maximum. You can empty yourself of all your potential before you die. You can actually fulfill and use up all your potentials before you die. So don't ever believe the lie that, okay, I think I'm doing fine here, let me just stay here. No, don't stay there. Even if you are doing good now, there is still best ahead. Even if you are doing averagely well, I'm telling you that there is still excellence ahead. So don't ever settle for average. Because if you settle for average, you are simply settling down in your comfort zone. And you deprive yourself of excellence when you settle for average. You deprive yourself of best when you settle for good. And you deprive the world of your contributions to it when you remain in your comfort zone. So why do people remain in their comfort zone? Number one, people don't like hard work. They don't want to sweat. They don't want to struggle. They like it easy. They just want to be there. Number two, people just fall in love with average. People just like average, mediocrity. And another reason why people do not get out of their comfort zone, you know why? The third reason people don't get out of their comfort zone is what I call fear. Fear is a third reason why people do not get out of their comfort zone. I mean, if it is comfortable here, why should I work harder? Why should I quit this comfort zone and go and look for bests? Why should I leave this good place and go and look for bests? Why should I put in extra effort when I'm comfortable here? What if I try this thing and it doesn't work out? What if I quit this job now and I actually go and start up my own company? What if I fail? So let me just stay here. At least they're paying me $200 or $300 every month. Why don't I just manage the $200? At least I'm comfortable with $300 a month. Why should I go and start up my own company when I'm getting $300 here? What if my company fails? Why should I train harder when I'm doing very well here? What if this happens? And what if that happens? What if I try harder and I fail? What if I work harder and I get worn out? What if I stretch myself and I break? What if I get to the elastic limit and I couldn't return back again to my original length? Now, fear of the unknown, fear of the future, fear of change is another reason why people do not get out of their comfort zone. So if I'm satisfied here, why should I take the risk of moving further? Why should I leave my comfort zone? Why should I take that risk? But listen to me. Your success in life is directly proportional to the amount of risk you are able to take. Every great person you see today took risk. Every great person you see today actually left their comfort zones. And they went ahead to, to find out what else they could do. To find out how they could do better. How they could get excellence outside of their comfort zone. Now, do you know that, have you heard of Thomas Edison? Now, Thomas Edison was the guy who brought about the light bulb. Now, Thomas Edison was a very brilliant guy, very intelligent guy, who did a lot of experiments until we finally had the light bulb. Now, in the days of Thomas Edison, there was this guy called Nikola Tesla. Now, Nikola Tesla was working under Thomas Edison. Now, Thomas Edison definitely knew better. Nikola Tesla was just maybe an apprentice working under him. Now, Thomas Edison was working with direct current. And everybody was comfortable with direct current. In fact, prior to that time, there was no electricity. There was no light bulb. But when electricity came and Thomas Edison was able to get a light bulb, everybody settled for direct current. But this guy called Nikola Tesla was working with Thomas Edison. And out of experiments and studies, he realized that there is something called alternating currents. And that alternating current actually will be better than direct current. But something happened. Thomas Edison said that alternating current was harmful, that it could electrocute people to death. And because of that Nikola Tesla was wrong, that he will never approve of Nikola Tesla using alternating current. And because Nikola Tesla knew the potential that he had, because he knew that he had done so much study, and he knew that alternating current would be far better than direct current, you know what he did? He took a risk. Now, what was that risk? He told Thomas Edison that he was going to resign. He actually left his job and left Thomas Edison. He took the risk because something told him that there is something better than direct current. We can do better, than with alternating current than direct current. And so he wrote a resignation letter and gave to Thomas Edison and said, I want to quit. And Thomas Edison said to Nikola Tesla that nobody will employ you. Nobody will listen to you when you bring about the idea of alternating current. You know what Nikola Tesla said? If nobody else employs me, I am going to start my own company. Now, that was a risk. Nikola Tesla was ready to get out of the comfort zone of direct current, where Thomas Edison was. He knew that he could do better. Even though Thomas Edison was his boss, he knew he had the potential to do better. He resigned and went to start up his own company and started using alternating current. Do you know it wasn't long? The whole world started talking about Nikola Tesla and his alternating current. They used it for several devices, and it worked far better than a direct current. And do you know today, alternating current is being used everywhere. Why? Because somebody stepped out of his comfort zone. Somebody took a risk. Somebody was not afraid to fail. Somebody was not afraid to dare. Nikola Tesla popularized alternating currents, and today you and I have alternating currents. Now, if he was afraid of taking risk, if he was afraid of what the future holds, if he was afraid of change, like Thomas Edison, he would never have been able to popularize alternating currents. You and I today would not have alternating currents. He would have been suppressed. He would have died with that potential on his inside. He would have remained in his comfort zone, and he would never, nobody would have known him. He would have just been one apprentice who was working under Thomas Edison. He would not have had any achievements, no invention at all. So when you are bold enough, when you are able to conquer your fear and walk out of your comfort zone to go to the unknown destination, to go and sort out, to go and find out the next level of your life, when you are able to do that, you will definitely excel. You will definitely succeed. Why? Because I told you that life begins outside of your comfort zone. So if you are afraid of taking risk, you will remain in your comfort zone, and you will never be able to invent that which you were born to invent. You will never be able to achieve that which you were born to achieve. You will never fulfill your purpose. What if Nikola Tesla just remained in his comfort zone under Thomas Edison? Today, we would not have the alternating current, and Nikola Tesla would not be known. He would just be one of those people who just existed and just died with his potentials. That is why you must get out of your comfort zone. Don't let fear limit you. Don't say, oh, what if I leave, but I'm doing well? What if I leave and I fail? No. The fear of failure is the beginning of failure. So if you are afraid of failure and you want to remain in your comfort zone, you will die an average human being. You will die mediocre, when you would have lived for excellence, when you would have done better. That is why today you must get out of your comfort zone. You must get out of your comfort zone. Now let me read one quotation for you by Dan Stevens. Now Dan Stevens said, and I read, "The comfort zone is the great enemy to creativity." I want to say that again. The comfort zone is the great enemy to creativity. Now listen to me. Until you leave your comfort zone, you will never be creative. You will never think of what else can be done. Why? Because you are being spoon-fed in your comfort zone. You are just enjoying everything around. And because you are enjoying everything around, you are not thinking outside of your comfort zone. And so, comfort zone kills creativity. That is why you must get out of your comfort zone. Because if you don't get out, you will never be creative. You will never think outside of the box. You will never know what you would have been able to do. And listen, I want to beg you, please believe me, there are so much potential on your inside. God has made you with a mind, and that mind can create anything at all. Unfortunately, we don't create anything because we are just comfortable in our comfort zone. And so, your comfort zone is a great enemy to your creativity. Now, when you get out of your comfort zone, your mind will begin to work. You begin to think, what else can I do? What next step can I take? How much more do I need to study? How much hard work do I need to add? How much more effort do I need to put in? Because outside your comfort zones, there are a lot of opportunities. And to get those opportunities, you will begin to use your mind to think. But if you remain in your comfort zone, you will never think. Now, do you know most people who grew up in a very wealthy family, they had everything they ever wanted? You know, their father supports them with money. For most of them, they lost the ability to be creative. Why? Because they had everything they ever wanted. And so they don't think outside of their comfort zone. And for most of such people, we hardly hear of their names. They don't invent anything, they don't make any record. The only thing we know about them is that, oh, he's the son of one rich man, or the son of, no. Why? Because they just remained in their comfort zone. They were enjoying everything. On the other hand, are people who were born poor. People who didn't have everything. So there was no comfortability for them. Now, if you go and read history, you will see a lot of people who were born into poor families, but because everything was not comfortable, that their mind began to work. They began to, engage their mind, and they became creative people, and they brought about inventions. They started companies, they invented things, and they impacted the world. Why? Because there was no comfortability. So, because there was no comfortability, they had to look inward and begin to, use their intuition and begin to be creative and begin to use their mind. And that was how, they brought about inventions. They changed the world. Just go on the internet and go and read about people who changed the world, people who impacted the world. You will see that most of them were born in times of adversity. Most of them were born into poor families. There was no comfort at all. So because there was no comfort, they had to work hard. And thanks to their hard work, they were able to, become a blessing and to impact the world. So what does comfort zone do to us? Comfort zone, deprive us the use of our creative abilities. And if you really want to be creative, get out of your comfort zone. Go to where there is sweat, where you need to sweat, where you need to work hard, where you need to put in extra effort. That is when you begin to know the power that you have on your inside. That's when you begin to know how much potentials you have on your inside. But if you stay in your comfort zone, you will never get to know, what you would have been able to do if you remain in your comfort zone. So for you to get out of your comfort zone, you must conquer fear. You must conquer fear. You must begin to fall in love with hard work. And you must hate laziness. You must begin to fall in love with excellence and detest mediocrity. You must begin to fall in love, with bests and detest good. Because until you do that, you will just be comfortable in your comfort zone. Now, what do I need to do to get out of my comfort zone? Now, what I need to do to get out of my comfort zone, the first thing you need to do, which I have said already, is that you must be able to conquer your fears. Until you conquer your fears, you will not be able to get out of your comfort zone, because you will always be thinking that, what if I go and I fail? That's one. So you must conquer your fears. Secondly, you must fall in love with hard work. You must fall in love with hard work. And the third thing you need to do to conquer your fear is that you must hate average, because average is an enemy. You must fall in love with excellence. You must, strive for the best. Okay? Now, I want to give you one other reason why people remain in their comfort zone. And this reason I'm going to give you now will shock you. Well, to some extent, it's a good reason, but on the other side, it's a very negative thing to do. Now, what is it? Most people remain in their comfort zone because they are waiting on God. I want to say that again. Most people remain in their comfort zone because they are waiting on God. Is it a bad thing to be waiting on God? Not at all. It's a good thing to be waiting on God. But can I tell you that most people are in their comfort zone today because they are thinking that it is God who will come and push them out of their comfort zone and take them to the next level of their life. So they are comfortable with where they are because they are thinking that they need God to come and take them of that position, of that state where they are. So they are praying and waiting on God to come and take them to the next level of their life. But can I say to you today that while you are waiting on God to come and take you to the next level of your life, God is in heaven waiting for you to get out of your comfort zone. He's waiting for you to move to the next level. Why? Because you don't need to wait on God to go to the next level. God has given you everything you need to succeed, to excel in life. Everything you need to get best, to get excellence, to fulfill your purpose, to maximize your potentials. God has already given to you. So to say that you are waiting on God, that is why you have not moved to the next level, that's why you have not stretched yourself, that is simply an excuse. But I'm saying to you today that God is waiting for you to go and maximize your potentials. God is waiting for you to go and use the gifts that He has given to you, the abilities He has placed on your inside. He's waiting for you to step out of your comfort zone. And so you don't have to be waiting on God to come and take you out of your comfort zone. And most Christians today are not maximizing their purpose. They are not fulfilling their potentials simply because they are waiting on God. But I'm saying to you today that if you really want to live life to the fullest, you really want to maximize your potentials, you got to stop waiting on God and take the next step to entering into your next level. Take the next step to entering into the better life that God has already prepared for you. All you need to do is to forget those things that are behind and press forward. Look forward toward the things that are ahead of you and then press forward to achieve them. That was what Apostle Paul did. So you also must not be waiting on God. You must press forward. You must stretch yourself beyond your limitations and move into your purpose. Move into that better life that is waiting for you outside of your comfort zone. So don't stay there because you don't belong there. Now, I want to say something before I begin to round off. Every one of us has two lives. Every one of us has two lives. On earth here. Here on earth, we have two lives. What are those two lives? The first life is the life you are living now. The first life is where you are now. The second life is the life that you can still live. In other words, the second life is what is ahead of you, what you have the potential to fulfill. The life that is actually your real life. The one you are living now is only temporary, but you can decide to make it permanent. You can decide to remain in this level forever if you want. You can decide to enjoy your comfort zone. But I'm saying to you that outside this life that you are living now in your comfort zone, there is another life. And most people die without living that other life. Why? Because they remain in their comfort zone all their lives. But I'm saying to you now that beside or in front of the life you are living now, ahead of that life is another life, which is the better life, which is the great life, which is the life of purpose, the life of achievement, and the life of fulfillment of potentials. And the only way to get to that life is to get out of this life, to get out of this comfort zone, and then move into that life. Until you move into that life, you will not maximize your potentials. You will not fulfill your purpose. So I want to beg you today as I begin to round off that there is always a higher level. There is always a better life ahead. There is always much more than you can do. Don't ever settle for less. Don't ever settle for average. Walk away from your comfort zone and you will walk into a life of opportunities. You'll walk into a life of excellence and a life of fulfillment. And when you do that, then you will truly become a blessing to your world, because you will fulfill your purpose and you will bring solutions to all the problems that you were created to solve. But if you remain in your comfort zone, you will never be a blessing to anybody and you will never impact your world. So, what have I said so far? All I have said today is that as good as your comfort zone is, that comfort zone is an enemy and a limitation and a roadblock to your success in life. So don't ever settle in your comfort zone. Don't ever, be satisfied. Don't be complacent with mediocrity, because there is much more than you can do. You have the ability, you have the potential for much more. And until you get out of your comfort zone, you will never do that much more. And you will never live that life that you were born to live. You will end up just dying, as a mediocre, and you will die with all your potentials. And that will mean that you are a failure already. But if you don't want to become a failure, if you want to leave a mark in the sand of time, you want to leave a legacy behind for generations to come, then you must stretch yourself outside of your comfort zone. Don't be afraid to break. Don't be afraid that you will fail. Don't think that when you stretch yourself, you will die or something will happen to you. No. Don't be afraid of risk. Why? Because outside of your comfort zone are opportunities waiting for you to come get them. Outside your comfort zones are, potentials waiting to be fulfilled, problems waiting to be solved. And so if you can get out of your comfort zone, you will truly become a blessing to your world. I hope that today I've been able to, be a blessing to you with a few time I've spent with you. And please, if you're blessed with this teaching, if you learned anything, I'd like you to, put it on the comment box, and I'm going to read it later. And then if you have any question as regarding your comfort zone or any question at all, even outside this topic, you can put it there on the comment box, and I'll gladly, respond to all your questions. Thank you for sharing the video. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the comment and the questions. Thank you for inviting your friends to come. And I pray that God will bless you abundantly. Now it's left for you to step out of your comfort zone. Put in the extra energy, put in the extra effort, and you'll be amazed how far you can go. You'll be amazed what you actually have the potential for. You'll be amazed what you will achieve. God bless you. Thank you so much. I'll come to you next week by God's grace, to talk to you on some other topics. God bless you. Do have a lovely evening. Bye.